Where Monica Lewinsky lives at 49 will make you cry. We've seen some of the world's most expensive penthouses and some of the most amazing homes that celebs own around the world in the past few months. But what about the celebrities who don't spend all their money on huge luxury homes? Where do they reside? Their home could be a house in the woods, or it could be a trailer park where they live with their alpacas. There's only one way to find out. So keep watching and take a look at some of the world's biggest stars and the simple homes they've chosen to live in. Keira Knightley, net worth $80 million, purchased for $6 million, square footage 3,820 feet. Keira Knightley, who was in Pirates of the Caribbean and Love Actually, lived in a pretty normal New York City apartment for more than 7 years, even as her fame and net worth grew. Prices in the city are crazy, so you can expect the square footage to be pretty small for the $6 million price tag. Knightley's flat is in Manhattan's Tribeca area. It has 2 floors and 3,820 square feet of living room. The building has a modern look with geometric accents, a wooden staircase, and lots of windows that let you see the huge city outside. Meredith Vieira, net worth $45 million. Purchased for $1.9 million, square footage 1,873 square feet. The journalist and TV host Meredith Vieira grew up in Rhode Island, so she's from the East Coast, but she moved to LA to begin her job. She bought a 1,873 square foot house there for $1.9 million and now owns it. At Macapa Drive, you can find a house with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. The TV star owns a lot of property, including a house in Cape Cod, which is one of the most expensive places in the United States. The face of today can pay for it. Her net worth is $45 million, and she used to make about $11 million a year. Cersei Ronan, net worth $9 million. Purchased for $1.5 million. Square footage 4,800 square feet. Before she went to LA, Irish actress Cersei Ronan was happy to live in a tiny house in Ireland so she could keep up her award-winning work. Her old house by the sea in Dublin was so cute. It was made of wood, white, and had lots of open room. Ronan bought another Irish home in 2020. This one's a bit bigger. She paid $650,000 for it, and the view of West Cork's roaring water bay was worth it. The house was first listed for $795,000. Ronan may have been able to get more than $100,000 off the price by negotiating well. Brandon Boyd, net worth $20 million. Purchased for $2.5 million. Square footage 3,500 square feet. Brandon Boyd, the lead singer of the band Incubus, recently bought an interesting house in Topanga, California. The rock star spent $2.5 million on the house, which has a dome and a huge treehouse. The yurt is 800 square feet big and can be used as either an office or a workshop. There are 3 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms in the main house. Boyd will probably show off his huge collection of crystals from all over the world there. The home has oak decks that go all the way around it and have beautiful views of the Santa Monica mountain range. The house in Topanga is certainly a great fit for Boyd's unique style. Michael Simon, net worth $6 million. Purchased for $500,000. Square footage 2,825 square feet. Michael Simon, a famous chef, is also a restaurant owner, author, and TV host. The Iron Chef winner has mostly stayed away from Hollywood. His home was worth $500,000. It had 5 bedrooms and a big green yard. He put the house on the market in 2017 for $549,000, which meant he could have made about $50,000 if he sold it for that amount. The actual sale price was not revealed. The 2,825 square foot home was perfect for living in the suburbs, but Simon had to move to his current home in the Hamptons eventually. Zenia, net worth $20 million. Purchased for $1.4 million. Square footage 4,155 square feet. Zendaya, an actress and fashion star, bought her first home in 2016 for $1.4 million. It was a huge 4,155 square foot house in Northridge. She bought a 4,500 square foot home for $4 million in 2020 with a net worth of $15 million. It's now her home. Zendaya's decision to buy a smaller, more stylish home shows how well-heeled she is and how much she values comfy luxury. Elegant finishes, clean lines, and lots of natural light define the modern home's atmosphere. The house is a great place to relax and be creative because the rooms are big and there are modern conveniences. Billie Eilish, net worth $30 million, purchased for $240,000. Square footage, 1,208 square feet. Even though she has a net worth of $30 million, 19-year-old singer and songwriter Billie Eilish still lives with her parents in their small home in the Highland Park area of Los Angeles. Billie has a lot of feelings about the house she bought for $240,000 in 2001. Billie's fame and wealth could allow her to live in fancy homes, but she chooses to stay in her poor beginnings to stay connected to them. Billie's decision to stay tied to her poor roots shows how grounded she is. At the age of 17, she bought the Glendale Horse Ranch in secret for $2.3 million. It's a private and safe place. Shawn Mendes, net worth $45 million, purchased for $1.75 million. Square footage, 1,144 square feet. Shawn Mendes paid $1.75 million for his downtown Toronto apartment home the first time he bought it. The condo is 1,144 square feet and has 2 bathrooms and 3 bedrooms. As of 2011, Mendes owned the unit in the building that was built that year. Mendes has a net worth of $45 million, and his new home in Los Angeles is bigger and fancier. A 6,200 square foot lot, a large sitting area, a private backyard, and a designated privacy lounge area make up the house that was bought for $4.6 million. Shawn Mendes is now living in his new house in LA. Harry Styles, net worth $130 million, purchased for $3.5 million. Square footage, 2,300 square feet. And even though Harry Styles is very famous, he bought his first house in October 2012 for about $3.5 million. It was a simple house in North London. The home was Harry's first step onto the real estate ladder. It was 2,300 square feet and had 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and an office. At the start of his single business in 2017, Harry looked to the busy city of New York. As he looked, he found a beautiful apartment in the Tribeca neighborhood and paid about $8.7 million for it. Charlie Puth, net worth $25 million, purchased for $1.9 million. Square footage, 4,000 square feet. Charlie Puth, the singer, has bought some very important homes in Los Angeles. His 4-bedroom Mediterranean-style home in the Whitley Heights area of Hollywood cost $1.9 million to buy in 2016. This large home has views of the city, dark hardwood floors, high ceilings, and a kitchen that's been updated. Puth also owns a beautiful 3-story home in Beverly Hills that has 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and high-end features like a pool, spa, and open-beam ceilings. Property's worth $25 million. It was bought for $2.7 million and is another great piece of real estate that Puth owns. Meghan Trainor, net worth $15 million, purchased for $4.9 million. Square footage, 6,710 square feet. Well-known American singer and songwriter Meghan Trainor made some big real estate moves in Los Angeles. She got $6 million for her beautiful Toluca Lake home, which she lived in from 2016 to 2021. She then bought a new house in Encino, California for $6.6 million in 2020, when she had a net worth of $15 million. Her home in Encino has 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a fine kitchen, several living rooms, a large pool with a water slide, and more. The property has over 9,000 square feet of high-end living space and a 10-foot security gate for added privacy. Monica Lewinsky, net worth $41 million, purchased for $8 million. Square footage, 13,000 square feet. The late 1990s were marked by Monica Lewinsky. She'd started a new and exciting part of her life with the purchase of a luxurious 13,000-square-foot home for $8 million. The house, which is in a beautiful area of Sacramento, California, shows how she bounced back from the scandal and changed. Beyond its awe-inspiring size, the house exudes luxury, with rooms that were carefully planned and modern conveniences. This beautiful home shows how successful Lewinsky has been and how determined she is to move on. It also shows that life gives people second chances and the chance to write their own stories. Justin Bieber, net worth $300 million. Purchased for $6.5 million. Square footage 11,746 square feet. Justin Bieber's rise from his first humble home to his current luxury home shows how his fortunes have changed. Bieber bought a small house in Calabasas, Southern California for $6.5 million in 2012. Bieber now has a $300 million net worth and lives in a beautiful home in the Holmby Hills neighborhood of Los Angeles. He bought it in November 2019 for $8.5 million. The beautiful split-level living room in this 6,000-square-foot home is sure to impress. Their new home is much nicer and bigger than their old one in terms of style, functionality, and total luxury. Bruno Mars, net worth $180 million. Purchased for $3.2 million. Square footage 4,074 square feet. Bruno Mars used to own a beautiful home in Studio City in Hollywood Hills West. The house was 4,074 square feet and had frosted glass main doors that were 11 feet tall and glass walls that could be pulled back. The house had 3 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, and nice features like a sauna and a swimming pool. It sold for $3,347,500. Bruno Mars now lives in a beautiful home in East Honolulu that he bought in 2012 for about $3.5 million. He's worth $180 million. This house has 4 bedrooms, is close to the ocean, and has a recording studio for Mars music projects. Kendall Jenner, net worth $74 million. Purchased for $1.3 million. Square footage 2,068 square feet. The model and television star Kendall Jenner just sold her first house, a 2-bedroom condo in Beverly Hills, for $1.6 million. In 2014, when she was 18, she bought the house. Jenner now lives in a Spanish-style home in Mulholland Estates, a gated neighborhood known for its security and famous residents like Christina Aguilera. She bought it with a net worth of $74 million. The new house has a movie theater, a swimming pool, a spa, a tennis court, and more. It also has 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. This fancy home gives Jenner more privacy and a place to be safe away from the cameras. Zion Williamson, net worth $18 million. Purchased for $900,000. Square footage 5,954 square feet. Zion Williamson, a rising star for the New Orleans Pelicans, owns a house in New Orleans that cost $900,000. The 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom, 5,954 square foot home used to belong to NBA player Greg Monroe. It has a large closet. The house has a great view and high ceilings that are good for Williamson's height because it's in a country club. Notably, the house has a Batman painting that shows how much Williamson loves the character. Williamson can afford to live such a fancy life because he has a net worth of $18 million from marketing deals and NBA paychecks. Naomi Osaka, net worth $65 million. Purchased for $7 million. Square footage 4,100 square feet. Naomi Osaka, a professional tennis player and 4-time Grand Slam singles winner, paid $7 million for Nick Jonas's home in Beverly Hills. There are 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, an infinity pool with beautiful views of the city, and a master bathroom with a freestanding agape spoon tub. This house is 4,100 square feet. Naomi Osaka bought her second home in Los Angeles for $6.3 million in early 2022 when she had a net worth of $65 million. The 6,000-square-foot home has 5 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms and is in the San Fernando Valley. Simone Biles, net worth $16 million, purchased for $250,000, square footage 12,551 square feet. The house Simone Biles grew up in was in Oaks of Terra Nova West, Harris County Spring, Texas. She sold it in 2017 for $250,000. There were 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and 12,551 square feet of living space in the house. Biles then moved up to a 4,000-square-foot house in Houston, Texas, worth $750,000. Biles has a net worth of $16 million and is one of the best-paid gymnasts in the world. She makes her money from advertising deals that pay well. Even though she's been successful, the $250,000 house in Spring, Texas is still an important part of her story. Emma Watson, net worth $90 million, purchased for $3.3 million, square footage 2,271 square feet. When it comes to Emma Watson's property, the first big thing she bought when she turned 18 and was legally responsible for all her own money was a fancy holiday home in Maribel, France. The well-known actress, Emma Watson, bought her house in London for $3.3 million. She lives a quiet, simple life and keeps her personal life separate from her work, even though she's worth $90 million. The house has 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 2 living rooms. It's in the lovely Canonbury Place area. Joe Jonas, net worth $55 million, purchased for $2.6 million, square footage 2,900 square feet. Joe Jonas, who has a net worth of $55 million, used to live with his wife Sophie Turner in a huge $17 million home in Miami. This wealthy couple recently chose to put their beautiful home on the market. They bought it for $11 million a little over a year ago. They have the chance to make a lot of money on this fancy house after doing some amazing repairs and improvements. The Miami home shows how well-adjusted the couple is in terms of style. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner have made smart choices in the real estate market. They have a good eye for good investment options. Michael B. Jordan, net worth $25 million, purchased for $1.7 million, square footage 4,672 square feet. The house has 4 bedrooms and 4.5 baths and was bought by Michael B. Jordan for his parents in Sherman Oak, California in 2015. He bought a 3-bedroom house with modern stucco and wooden features in the Hollywood Hills, Los Angeles in 2019. Jordan bought an 8-bedroom farmhouse-style home in Encino, Los Angeles in 2020 when he had a net worth of $25 million. His homes always have white walls, few pieces of furniture, and a link to nature. Jordan's real estate decisions have changed as he's become more successful, but he still wants to live in beautiful and classy homes. Ingvar Kamprad, net worth $58.7 billion, purchased for undisclosed, square footage 44,670 square feet. Since Ingvar Kamprad started Ikea, which is probably the most famous name in interior design in the world, you might think that he lives in a fancy house, but that's not the case at all. It was thought that Kamprad was the 8th richest person in the world when he died in early 2018. However, he lived a simple life until the end of his life. In the last few years of his life, Kamprad moved back to Sweden, and his home in Switzerland was put up for sale, though not very many people were interested. The house was listed for $4.6 million, but Swiss media said it was almost useless because it was in such bad shape. The founder of Ikea was already known for living cheaply, but many people were shocked by how bad his house looked.